When we imagine a Tudor Christmas, we often picture feasting tables, music, and the glow of a great Yule log. But what happened in the quieter moments when the food had been eaten and the music had been paused and people settled into the warmth? They played games. I'm historian and author Claire Ridgway, and for day 4 of my Tudor Christmas Advent series, we're stepping inside the Tudor home to explore the games that families loved during the festive season and those at court enjoyed too. The games of chance, skill and mischief that helped pass the long winter evenings. Some of them you can even play today. Let's start with dice, because they were everywhere in Tudor England, in inns, at court, in the corners of great halls, even brought in by mummers during Christmastide revels. Dice games were quick, lively and full of suspense, and the Tudors absolutely adored them. One of the simplest but most competitive was a game called Cent. Players rolled 2 dice, adding up their scores, racing to reach a total of 100. Tudor families could get wonderfully tense about it. Imagine someone sitting at 97, desperately needing a 3 and then rolling a 9, back to waiting for your turn again. Then there was Raffles, a 3-dice game that works a little like Tudor poker. Players tried to throw matching dice. 3 of a kind was ideal, 2 of a kind would do, and everyone held their breath as the dice clattered across the table. Another favourite was Passage. In this one, players kept rolling until they threw a pair. A pair totalling under 10 meant you lost, over 10 meant you won. Exactly 10 passed the dice on to the next player. Simple rules, but perfect for a noisy winter evening. And sometimes the Tudors tried their luck with Gluckhaus, the House of Fortune, a charming German game played with coins placed on a small wooden board. Roll the right numbers and you might win the pot. Roll the wrong ones and the coins stay where they are, waiting for the next hopeful throw. Card games were another favourite at Christmas, especially among the wealthy. By the 16th century, many Tudor households had decks of playing cards, and on cold December nights, families gathered to play. One gentle option was Noddy, a distant ancestor of cribbage, a light and cheerful game perfect for a family evening after a hearty meal. Far more serious was piquet, a sophisticated 2-player game using a reduced 36-card deck. This one demanded sharp memory and sharper wits. It was so respected that some considered it almost an intellectual pursuit. But if you wanted the full Tudor experience, the game to choose is Primero. Henry VIII played it, Wolsey played it, courtiers staked fortunes on it. It was the Tudor version of high-stakes poker, full of bravado, bluffing, and the occasional dramatic win or loss. A Christmas without Primero in the court? Well, that's hard to imagine. And then there were board games, some beautifully crafted for noble households, others scratched crudely onto whatever surface the players had available. The Mary Rose has given us wonderful examples, a complete backgammon board found in the ship's carpenter's cabin, and 2 more board games carved onto barrel lids, the entertainment of sailors on a long voyage. Backgammon, or tables as the Tudors called it, was hugely popular. Chess, too, was admired as a training ground for strategy. But one of the most accessible and still very playable today games is 9 Men's Morris, also known as Merrills. Players took turns placing their pieces, trying to form lines of 3 while blocking the opponent. Simple, satisfying and perfect for a cosy winter's night. Another favourite was Fox and Geese, a delightful game with one player controlling a lone fox and the other a flock of geese. It's an asymmetrical game. The fox tries to break through while the geese try to trap him, and it was loved from noble halls to country cottages. And of course, draughts or checkers was already well established and played just as we play it now. But Christmas wasn't only about the traditional games. Some Tudors invented their own fun with whatever was at hand. Pick up sticks, or something very like it, was known on the continent and almost certainly found its way into English homes. Drop a bundle of sticks onto the floor, take turns removing them without disturbing the rest. It's easy to imagine a group of Tudor children giggling over that. The elite also enjoyed shoveboard or shovelboard, a long narrow wooden table, sometimes 9 metres long, on which players pushed metal weights towards the far end. Henry VIII loved it, and his privy purse accounts include many entries for wagers lost and won on the game. Billiards too was played in grand Tudor homes. Mary Queen of Scots famously complained when her billiard table was confiscated shortly before her execution. So yes, the Tudors were playing billiards by the fire long before it became a Victorian parlour staple. So, as the Yule log burned and Christmas feasts were digested, Tudor families, from nobles to sailors on the Mary Rose, turned to games. They laughed together, they competed fiercely, they teased one another and filled the darkest days of winter with human warmth. It wasn't just entertainment, it was togetherness, part of the deep communal joy of the 12 days of Christmas. Thank you for joining me for day 4 of my Tudor Christmas Advent series. If you're enjoying this festive journey, don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the notification bell. There's so much more Tudor Christmas magic to come.